up, everyone? It's your girl Gel Beauty 87 here, aka Grace, and according to Adriangameover, this is shaped like a button instead of a heart.
It is. It's too long.
As you heard. Anyway, so I got the Game Up collection. I bought the eyeshadow palette that came with the brushes, but y'all know what the star of the show was for me buying this stuff. This e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Filtered Booster for Glow Booster for Radiant Skin. I feel like there's more shade range when it comes to the e.l.f. one than in the Charlotte's Tilbury, as Teresa's did like to say. But you know, this is what I'm working with. This is what they both look like. I have shade 6.5 in this one, and then I have shade 6 tan deep in this one. As you can see, this one's always closer to my skin tone than this one is. But since it's a glow booster, I didn't mind it being this shade. And plus, I don't think there's too many shades after that one that don't look orange. That's the thing that seems to run with Charlotte's. Hers are quite orange. Anyway, we're just going to use all the dupes that I have from e.l.f. because I decided I need to use all of my e.l.f. dupes. So I have the Pro Grip Primer, because y'all know they made like 3 of these. They have the mint one, they have the Jelly Pop, and then they have this one. This is the newest one that came out. So I'm going to use this against my Milk Hydro Grip. As you can see, I've used like half mine up. I'm trying to use it up before it goes bad because it's starting to change color. It used to be, I feel like lighter, and now it's getting like darker because it's older. So I'm trying to use that up real quick and real cute. Like, we're going to start off with that. Then we're going to go on with the star of the show. Then I'm going to use foundation powder to actually set my face because e.l.f. has this foundation powder. You know, the Camo Powder Foundation. I have the shade Deep 540 Neutral. And then, I'm using the Fenty powder in 410 to compare it to because I heard Andrea Montanalo comparing them. So I was like, all the YouTubers I watch that have compared this stuff to other stuff, I'm going to go ahead and, you know, use that up. So I'm going to have one side be the e.l.f. side and one side be the high-end side. So this is going to be the high-end side and this is going to be the e.l.f. side. Remember that for later. Because y'all know me, we got to do. I mean, I was going to do a wear test, but I don't think we're going to do one today because I also had this video up earlier today. And it's like almost 9 o'clock right now. And I've not even tried to do it. So it's always hard doing your nose. Like, y'all just don't understand. Or maybe you do if you other content creator like I am. Like, it's hard to, like, you know, try to get the prime on your nose or what, when that's going on. Now I'm going to take the e.l.f. one. So the e.l.f. is the left side. Again, I'm saying it more for me than I am for you because obviously, you know, you sitting at home and see this. So we're going to put the e.l.f. one on. I feel like this one feels a little bit more cooling to the touch when I put it on my face, whereas I feel like the Milk one feels a little thinner, but it doesn't have the cooling sensation that this one has. And I also feel like this one's a little bit stickier than the e.l.f. one. I mean, than the Hydro Grip one, the original. But that's just my, you know, opinion on the matter or whatever. I usually use 2 pumps when I use it, but since I have to do half on each side of the face, I'm gonna use 1 pump. Let's see. Yeah, let's get these flawless situations out. So this is $44. If I remember correctly, this one was $14, so this is 30 bucks less than this one. Let's get started. I usually wouldn't use this just as a foundation, but I know I have foundation powder to go over it, so that's why I'm like trying to take the risk and do it. The concealer I'm going to use is, of course, Tarte Shape Tape, because we all know that e.l.f.'s foundation is like good dude for that. So I'm trying to see how well it's about to go on my face, because I got brushes for this stuff. I don't remember if the Charlotte Tilbury layers well or not, because I've never used this as that. I usually just use it on the high points of my face and then use a different foundation. But I remember bringing 2 brushes in here, so let's go ahead and do that. And this is the Makeup by Ariel collection, not the like dupe collection that they have on what do you call it, Amazon. I'm gonna buy that when I get paid product, because that'll be like my extra bonus check, because we getting paid 3 times this month where I work. If you know about the 3-time pay and you're excited, you know. Well, I'm excited because I know I'm getting the bonus checks with. So this is what the coverage is looking like with Charlotte on her own. Let me zoom in. Yeah, this is the coverage of Charlotte on her own. As you can see, you see my hyperpigmentation darkness. This is also giving me like a glow from within. It's not giving any type of coverage, though, in my personal opinion. So let's see how e.l.f. does on this side. So this says it's infused with squalene and hyaluronic acid. This glow booster creates a skin enhancing, soft focus effect for effortless radiance. It's the only filter you'll ever need. You said you can wear it alone, under or over makeup, mixed with foundation, or as a highlighter. Apply to desired areas and blend into skin. That's what we're gonna do. I was too lazy to look it up on your website. I'm so sorry. But look how huge this doe foot is compared to Charlotte Tilbury when I showed y'all. Good lord. Like, it reminds me of, it looks even bigger than the one from, what is it? Too Faced with the Born This Way concealer. It's even bigger than that. And to me, that one was like huge. But this is just outrageous. Like, it was like, you will be able to spread and cover your entire face with this. And see what I'm saying? Like, I feel this one matches my skin better. So this could be like my summer one, and then the Charlotte Tilbury could be my winter one, because it's definitely giving more of that. Plus, I feel like it has more product on. I hate that noise it just made, but you know, take this brush now and blend this into skin and see if it looks any different. I'm feeling like it's not looking too different, but I do appreciate the fact that e.l.f., you know, took the time with their shade range, because that was one thing I always felt like when I used the Charlotte one. Like, I know it's not supposed to be for like match my actual skin tone, so I wasn't as irritated. But the fact that e.l.f. took the time to give me colors that actually went better with my skin tones, because you see how much better this one looks and how much closer this one looks to my skin. I mean, this one looks nice, but it's more of like my winter shade, and the e.l.f. one is more of my summer shade, like I was saying. So I'll swatch them side by side on my hand now so you can see, but I actually feel like the e.l.f. one is giving me more glow. See how much more radiant it is than this side? And it gives more coverage too, in my personal opinion. So let me swatch them so you can see what I'm talking about. So Charlotte, I swatched first. And then e.l.f. I can feel the hydration from the e.l.f. one too. Charlotte doesn't say that it's supposed to be hydrating, but so the first one is Charlotte, as you can see, is lighter, and then the second one here is the e.l.f. one. The e.l.f. one just matches better, and I'm here for it. Okay, y'all, so now let's get into the concealer, since we're just using all the e.l.f. dupes. So of course Tarte Shape Tape is gonna go on this side. I have the shade Deep. They changed the shade since then because they made more shades, but I have the shade Dark Chestnut and e.l.f. So let's go ahead and put that on. Now, y'all not gonna get a wear test today. I'm sorry, you're gonna get a first impression, girl. Okay? And matter of fact, I'm not even gonna double conceal the way I normally would. I'm just gonna do one layer of concealer. I know, right? Like, who am I? Because I'm not getting that much coverage, but at the same time, I'm gonna get, you know, a decent amount of coverage, and I'm not wearing this makeup all night. Sorry, I can give y'all a wear test another time if you want, but I'm trying to get this up like today because I'm already behind all the other YouTubers who got theirs up because they do this full time and I do not. I think it'd be cool to do it full time, but since I don't, I'm gonna, you know, like, film at the best times I can to get stuff up and get stuff done. So sorry, that's just the way it's gonna be. So I didn't do the place, so I know I'm behind at my face. So I'm gonna get those done. Okay, so I guess I'm gonna go down the middle of my face this time, or if I do, I'll take the Tarte one down the middle of the face, because I'm like, it's gonna be hard to try to get one side down the middle of my face done. So let's get the pupil here, the chin here, and I just take Tarte down the middle. I guess I'll start with the e.l.f. side, because I'll let that sit for a little bit longer just because I had to add all this other stuff on top. Yep. And you can see the colors are pretty similar too, with the dark chestnut versus the shade Deep. Again, they have changed the name of the shade. I guess I should go ahead and swatch both of those two. And since e.l.f. is obviously more affordable, and I feel like it's just as nice as the Tarte one, if you can't afford the Tarte one, I would never, you know, be like, go on your way. But Tarte does have a lot of sales a lot of the time too. Oh, actually, the Tarte one's a little bit lighter, so I guess the lights is washing it out, see? Because this is the Tarte one, and this is the e.l.f. one. Now, you see how the e.l.f. one is just a tad bit lighter than this one right here? So that's interesting. So let's get the blender now. So I'm gonna use this side for the e.l.f. side, and then the part in the front where you're looking at now we'll use the Tarte side. And then I have like a brush for one side of my face and a sponge for the other side of my face. So I'm trying to just figure out which side I'm gonna use for the sponge, which side I'm gonna use for the brush. Now, of course, I'm gonna go off camera to do like my bronzer and all that stuff, because I don't have bronzer, blush, and highlighter. And then we'll get into the palette, because I was more concerned about getting this part done first. So let's blend that up here. The highlight. So I think it looks actually quite nice on the e.l.f. side. I'm really liking the coverage I'm getting, and I feel like it looks like I put on a glowy foundation. I mean, I can still see a little coverage, but we're gonna put on a, you know, as y'all saw I switched it around so you can see the dirty side. So go up a little, but yeah, I'm gonna switch it around and handle some business so we can get that done. I'm gonna put a powder foundation on top so we can have, you know, just a better coverage going on, because I'm not liking lack of coverage. But I mean, since it's not supposed to be a foundation and I don't have the best skin, I'm feeling like that's why it's not giving the coverage that I want. But you know, I'm trying not to complain and just, you know, go ahead on. So I'm gonna take the brush that we put Charlotte on and buff this out a little bit here, and a little bit on forehead and right up in there. And then we're gonna take the one that we used the other one on, just buff out a little bit there and a little bit right in here. But I'm really liking the way my face looks for both of you though. Okay, now let's set underneath the eye. So I have this e.l.f. matte setting powder in the shade Tan. Andrea Renee said that this was a good dupe for Mother's powder in the shade medium 3. So we about to see if it's true or not. Cause like when you come from Mother, I'm like ho. Like hold on, ma'am. Like, is it really just as good as Mother's powder? Because this is one of my favorite powders to use for underneath my eyes because of the color. Y'all know this is the type of color that I really like, so sorry, I probably should have peeled this off sooner. My bad. But you know we're here now, so there you go. Ooh, the whole thing just came out when all I tried to do was pull the sticker off, so it wasn't, I guess, sealed that tight. I don't know how I feel about that. But now I'm scared, like, when I try to use it, it's gonna pop out. I'm like, ooh, no.
You're turning off the camera while you try to figure out how you're gonna do this?
No, I just turned it right back on so they heard all of what you just said. Yeah. Okay, anyway, so let's get into this powder. I'm going to take the e.l.f. one and set it underneath the eyes first. I've never actually tried this powder before. I had the idea to try all the products that people claim were like dupes for high-end products before from e.l.f. I just never got around to doing it. So once this flawless filter came out, I was like, okay, now's the time. Now's when we're gonna do it. Because it's like too many people saying too much e.l.f. stuff is like, you know, higher end stuff. So I'm like, I need to try, I need to test, I need verifications about all these things. So as usual, I'm patting down the e.l.f. side first. I'm patting all the e.l.f. stuff in place first. And I'm running it down the side that I put the e.l.f. powder on. I must say, it actually looks really nice. It's giving quite the matte-ness, you know, if you're giving matte. I'm hoping the powder foundation will make it look a lot better when it comes to, you know, what I'm looking for. And of course, I'm going to flip it over to put the other side on because we still have to put the McGrath over this side here real quick. So let me get my life in order to do that. So I just want to test out a whole bunch of different products and see how they're going to work. So I'm going to turn this on the opposite side. And we'll press the Mother onto the face. Because you see they even have like a similar color to them. I feel like Mother's just a little bit lighter than e.l.f. But you know. Set that up there. I feel like with the e.l.f. powder though, I see a little more texture than I do with Mother's powder, but you know, it's probably finer meal because you know, it costs a lot more, so it should be. But I mean, I think that powder cost me like $3 or $5, so I mean, for that price point, I can just use a pore mattifying primer, and that should fix it instead of using the Hydro Grip like I did today, but we're trying to use all the dupes, so that's why. Let's take a little bit down here, and up here. There we go. So now I have a brush to put on one powder, and then I have a sponge to put on the other powder. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use the bottom of this sponge to put on the Fenty powder, since I feel like it's it'll go on better with the powder than this one. I've only used this one a couple of times, and I always use it with a brush, so I don't want to chance it. So we're gonna take the e.l.f. powder and put it on with this brush. Y'all know I normally try to use the same with everything, but you know, I'm running low on stuff here, so you know, we're gonna have to work with it. So we're putting this e.l.f. powder on this side. I told y'all what a shade deep tan, like deep 540 neutral. So That's what I'm putting on now to give us some more coverage, because I'm feeling like I need all the coverage. I'll try to come back and check in with y'all in the comment section down below, so you can read your comment section at the end of the video, at the end of the night, because I still got more videos to film tonight. So I'm gonna make sure I do that, which is another reason why I'm not trying to do a first impression, because I'm going with my friends this weekend. I want my makeup to look, you know, nice, not like I got two different faces on and people can tell. So that's why I'm trying not to do that. Now we're gonna take the sponge and go into the Fenty. Okay. Pat it on there. This is one of those velvet sponges from ColourPop. I did not add any water to the sponge. I literally just am tapping it in with what it is, and it's definitely giving me the coverage I felt like I was lacking with the Charlotte one. So I'm glad I'm doing it with the sponge and kind of pressing it into the skin to get the coverage that I was looking for. Because for a minute I was like, oh, I feel like the Fenty side, I feel like the e.l.f. side is showing a little texture on my pores right here, but it could just because of the magnifying powder that I used. Not 100% sure, but I'm not liking the fact that I'm seeing texture in this part. I feel like if I did my makeup routine that I normally did, I might not do that, because you see how this side looks shinier even though we put that mattifying powder on here. I'm confused about that. Like, I'm like, we put a mattifying powder, why is it looking shiny right there, but this side looks more matte with mother's powder on it? Let's put a little bit more powder on it and see if that'll help with it, but I'm like, I'm not understanding how you looking so, you know, how you looking so shiny and satiny and matte. I mean, like that when, you know. Yeah, I just feel like this side is accentuating pores a little bit more. I don't know if it's because of the matte powder or what, or because I could have used a pore filling primer, but I don't have a dupe for a pore filling primer, so I wasn't gonna chance it. I'm gonna just take the e.l.f. Beauty Shield. I don't know if they make this anymore or not, and spray it all over my face. And just take the sponge and sponge everything, because y'all know I like to set this up. So I'm gonna do my eye, and then I'll do the rest of my face off camera, and then we'll talk about my thoughts. So let's get into these eyes, girl. I'm gonna try to keep it simple, you know. I kind of want to do a blue purple moment. Y'all know I live for a blue purple moment, but it's like blue and green and purple in this palette, so it's like hard for me to pick one. Why is the shade like that? The shade looks really bumpy. I don't know if y'all can see it. It's like really bumpy right in here, even though I didn't do anything to it. So I don't know what's going on with that either. Oh, what, I got powder all in my Unearthly Cosmetics All I've Wanted palette. Messing around with this, like, see. But you see how the face is looking. Me back you up so you can see. Remember e.l.f. and high-end brand. So now I'm zooming you back in so we can do a quick eye look and talk about this palette. Because this was one of the things I really wanted to get, but I was like, I'm just trying to wait to see if they was going to have it at Walmart, since they said it was supposed to be coming to Walmart, but I never actually went to my Walmart. And then I was lazy and didn't check online, because y'all know a million things come out. But the halo caught my interest, and since they still had it on their website, I was like, let me just go ahead and get it all. You know, let's just get it all. So that's what I did. Matter of fact, I'm gonna just do one eye on camera with y'all, and then I'll repeat the other eye off camera, put the rest of my powder on, and I'll come back and give you my thoughts on all the stuff we tried today. Okay, girl? Because otherwise I'm gonna be here 40 years. And I feel like we've been here for a good little while as is, and I'm sure you like, girl, hurry up. And I'm like, girl, I know. So I'm gonna start off with the blue on the outer V. So I'm gonna take this blue, and I'll probably put the purple on the lid. I'll probably put the blue and the green in the outer V or something like that, because as you can see, I don't have many colors to choose from when it comes to depth. So I definitely say this palette is lacking when it comes to that. Or maybe I should just do an orange and blue moment. Yeah, let's just do an orange and blue moment. Why the hell not? I don't know. And we'll just leave the purple alone. So I'm taking the blue and starting off with that one. It's going on pretty nicely. I'm liking the fact that they came out with a rainbow palette, because it's like, I like rainbow palettes. I like colorful makeup. I don't like everyday makeup. So, and all those white shadows they were coming out with were just like everyday makeup. So I'm happy to have, you know, like some fun colorful makeup if you will. I think we're just gonna do a halo eye and keep it simple, y'all, because it's too much going on. It's too much. So let's get this halo eye going. See, I got my blue It's blended out nicely. It's actually giving a decent amount of pigmentation. It's not a color I would normally use for my outer V just because I feel like I'd want a deeper blue. But again, this is what we had to work with. So I'm going to just, you know, make lemons out of lemonade. I'm going to make lemonade out of lemon, sorry. Yeah, I knew it didn't sound right in my head. So we're going to do this. I'm thinking I might dust the orange over the top of this right here, but since I took it so high on the brow bone, I think it's kind of late now. Yeah, because it's all up in the brow bone, so we're going to skip on that idea. I'm going to just probably put the orange shimmer in the middle because I feel like I saw an orange one. Yeah, I'll put the orange shimmer in the middle and then we'll put the green in the inner corner, and that's how we're going to create the look for today. So, there's that. I'm going to use some of the brushes that came in the set. I showed y'all it was 3 brushes. So, oh, this isn't what I thought it was. So this is going to be, I guess, the one I put the lid shade on with. Because it's hard to try to use too much anything else. Okay, so I rubbed into it too much and I got too much product off. Let me tap some of that off. And when I get the other look, I'll put that on there right now. Okay. So now I'm going to take this orange and start going toward the middle of the eye and all over the lid. It's a decent shimmer. It seems to be like a little sheer than I was hoping, but you know. I feel like I'm just recreating my Tony the Tiger look with this palette now that I think about it. From the Frosted Flakes collection. I'm feeling like that's what I'm doing. And that wasn't even my look. Like, I was inspired by my girl Karen Harris. Because I don't really do halo eyes that often because I always feel like it doesn't look right and they don't look the same. I put too much on one side and I don't put enough on the other side or something like that. So, but yeah, this is what we're working with. And dust the blue over top of this as well. So that's what we're working with. Now I'm going to take this brush. I know it's for liner, but I'm gonna take it for my inner corner color because I can. Oh god, apparently I shouldn't have done that because it just made a whole little line in the shadow. I messed that up bit. These shadows seem like they're quite soft, which I was surprised about, but you know, okay. Brush it out. So we're going to take this one. So I'm just take this Sigma E30 instead pencil brush. Try to brush some of this back in because I don't need all that just for this one inner corner moment. So this is what I'm working with. I think it looks okay. I mean, for I think this was like an $8 palette. It came with the brushes and. Or did it come with the brushes? No, I bought the palette and I bought the brushes and the other stuff on its own. But I'm going to go off camera, repeat this eye. I might put some on the lower last time. We'll see. I know I got other videos filmed, so I might not. And then I will come back with my face fully done and we will talk about all the collection as a whole and what I think about this halo. Okay, girl? Okay. Okay, y'all. So, here are my thoughts concerning all these products. So, I guess I zoom in a little bit more so you can see the face a little bit better. But as you see, I copied that on the other side. I ended up putting the purple on the lower lash line. So we'll talk about the eyeshadow first. It's okay. It's a nice palette. The formula's fine. I just feel like some of the shimmery shades lack pigmentation. Like I feel like the purple underneath my lower lash line you can barely see. And then I feel like the orange I put on my lid didn't do that much. The greenness was popping in the best shimmer so far for me. We'll have to try some more as far as the other matte scope. But I think it's an okay buy. Like if you need a colorful palette and you're in a pinch, you can find it at Walmart. It'll do a good job for you. It's not going to do an exceptional job. And you're not going to get like a lot of depth out of it. But I mean, if you're more like a mid-tone girl who likes mid-tone colors, it might be good for you. To me, this is like a drugstore version of what is that palette that just came out from the Paradise Island palette from Nomad. I feel like this would be a good drugstore alternative for you. As far as like the formula's obviously not going to be the same, but I feel like the color story is giving me the vibe of that because it has a lot of those same colors in it. So you could do that. I'm going to have to use these stickers eventually that came with the sponge or whatever because I just think they're so cute, but I wasn't going to use them today. So when I'm feeling in the mood and fun, maybe I'll try to do like a wannabe Halloween look this year and use them then. I don't know. Now, if it comes to the primers, I already did a battle of these. You all never actually saw the video, but I feel like the e.l.f. one here, let me put it on the side because it's actually on. The e.l.f. one here, I feel like it's a little bit more cooling and a little actually stickier than the makeup Milk Makeup Hydro Grip one. The thing is, I feel like when they do dupes elf, I always feel like they try to go above and beyond to dupe the other part better, the other brand better. So I feel like this dupe is more hydrating on my skin and it is stickier than this one, but it could just be because this one is old, because you got to think I had this since it first came out and it started to change colors and it's quite old. So it could just be that, but I mean, I don't feel hydration when I use this one. I feel hydration when I use this one, so I do like that. So I like the elf one when it comes to that regard. Next, of course, the star of the show, the whole reason we're here, is the Charlotte Tilbury dupe. I feel like they're quite similar. I actually like the elf one a little bit more because I feel like it gives me a better color range. Like this one matches my face way better than this one does. I mean, both of them do the same thing. This one doesn't give as much coverage as this one does, so just keep that in mind. You're not gonna get coverage from either one of these products too much. I feel like this does give a little more coverage than this. Again, when elf does a dupe, they always try to go above and beyond. So this dupe is definitely giving more coverage to me than this one is, and it's giving a better shade range than this one is, because I think it's 10 of this one, where I think Charlotte only has like 5 or 6. But she did innovate this product, and it is a great product. So if you want to support her because you're down for the OG and the original idea maker, I totally get it. But I do like the elf one more because I feel like it does give a little more coverage and it gives a better shade range for people of my skin tone, because Charlotte ain't really like making one for us. Like when she came up with that face palette, she only made like one this go round. She didn't even try to make 2. So I mean, elf is coming through for the people who look like me, who might not necessarily have a shade in that one. So I mean, like the people that are saying that they don't appreciate her, the elf duping them and all that, but it's like they're giving more variety to the people who Charlotte ain't really thinking about. So I'm not gonna get mad at elf for that. They're broadening the horizon and making more opportunities for people who Charlotte ain't making colors for. Okay, since she on her hourglass moment. That's how I'm looking at it. But you know, different people have different perspectives. I've been reading where people like they don't like the fact that they dupe Charlotte, but it's like I don't like the fact Charlotte ain't got enough shades for everybody. I don't know if Nima Tang even has a shade. I don't know if Too Much Mouth has a shade. I mean, I know it's not supposed to be that sort of product, but it's like it's nice to be able to have it literally match and blend to your skin if you do want to do a quick moment in powder like I just did and go out the door. It's nice to have an actual shade that works for you, as opposed to having to add extra things to get it done. So that's the perspective I looked at, and that's why I was willing to buy it and try it out. But do you. Next we have the Tarte Shape Tape versus the elf one. Of course, you know, when it comes to the Shape Tape and this one, people haven't really been rocking with Tarte for a long time, or at least people my skin tone haven't. In my personal opinion, you can tell me now what you think down below about what I said about the Charlotte Tilbury and the elf along with this situation. But I think both of them work just fine. I know the Tarte Shape Tape one, they've been coming out with a shade range for stuff after they got called out for the Shape Tape foundation they initially came out with that was not it at all. So, you know, I like either one of them. I would just go ahead and get the elf one just because, you know, it's more affordable. It's easy to find. Like I can go on CVS and get this from the pinch and really need some, where it's like, you know, I'd have to go to Ulta and pay regular price if it's out on sale. And again, people my color ain't really rocking with Tarte in my personal opinion, or at least from what I've seen. So I would just go with the elf one. But both have great quality and work just fine. And I actually think that the Tarte one has a better shade range. But I mean, like, considering all I had to go through to get to the better shade range, it's like elf comes out with usually decent shade ranges since they've seen how everyone else performs for people my skin tone. So I'm just giving you a view of people my skin tone and how lots of brands don't want to necessarily cater to us, which is why I appreciate elf coming out with this product. Lastly, we have powders. So we're gonna start off with the elf powder versus the Pat McGrath one. Now y'all know I love Mother, so I'm always gonna love the Mother one better. Plus I feel like this side looks a little bit smoother. I know they both look smooth on camera, but remember I told y'all like this one was looking shiny and it looked like it was missing an area. Plus I feel like my pores are more accentuated with this side of my face, because I don't know if it's because of the powder, I don't know if it's because of the primer and the powder, I don't know if it's because of the halo glow. I don't know what it is, but I just feel like this side you can see more pores and more texture than you can on this side with Mother's. But it could just because her powder's more finely milled, because the humidity costs more, so it should do better in my personal opinion. Last we have these two. So I'm liking both of them equally actually. The shade range on this one, you just have to keep in mind that this one oxidizes, but elf has a good shade range on this and it's really nice. So I like either one just fine. It's just up to what your price point can handle, and if you're in a pinch, like I said, you can always go and pick these up. So I always try to recommend elf things when I can, when I feel like they're good quality, as high end, and they you know, they can be picked up when you're in a pinch and emergency, and you can still look bomb. Like, this side of my face looks just as nice as this side of my face, okay? But those are my thoughts on all these products. Like I said, if you want to have a wear test on what is it, the Halo Glow, let me know against Charlotte, and I'll gladly do so. But I hope you all enjoyed this video. Remember, you all are diamonds. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Be blessed, girl. Bye.